Why is material abundance such a hard struggle for many starseeds? Star travelers, or starseeds, are advanced souls, whose first incarnation was not on planet Earth. For some of these souls, when accessing their Akashic record, we can say with certainty where this first incarnation was, and how it influences their energetic makeup and mission. For others, mission is more important than the place of incarnation. In all cases, most of these souls have had many lifetimes on Earth and in other galaxies, and have become very advanced. Paradoxically, manifesting and abundance is often a challenging issue for starseeds, and the more advanced a soul is, the more the person tends to struggle. Following are 5 reasons for this that I found in my own work with advanced souls. 1. Past life experiences. Starseed souls carry a baggage of lifetimes where they encountered darkness, poverty and abuse of power. Their souls have chosen to go through the full spectrum of human experience, but the most traumatic aspects of it leave scars on the soul, just like a physical trauma would affect the body. Because of this soul-level trauma, starseeds and other advanced souls are often afraid of power. Their souls want to play it safe, avoiding power to make sure they never hurt anyone again, or get hurt and betrayed themselves. This fear of power is a soul-level issue, and is often outside any conscious awareness. And yet it is one of the major blocks to abundance. Until it is dealt with, no amount of conscious affirmations or positive thinking will go deep enough to have any effect. In the physical world, this fear of power may play out in different forms, from living in the parents' basement to addictions and crime. 2. Lack of grounding. Very advanced souls tend to ground up, having too much energy in the upper chakras, while struggling with some of the practical aspects of life here on Earth. For some soul groups this is especially prominent. Things such as making money, getting an education, and living a stable life, all seem meaningless, when there is so much wealth in spiritual exploration and the invisible world. These souls tend to have other interests and priorities that do not necessarily align with what is deemed a successful life by worldly standards. While this is certainly valid, sometimes it is useful to turn the issue around and ask ourselves, what would the world be like if highly spiritual people had access to more resources? If they could buy land and property that could be shared and put to sustainable use? If they could channel their finances into healing, helping, and transforming the world? Which brings us to the next point. 3. Misconceptions about spirituality and abundance. Abundance is not merely having money or relationships, or getting anything you want. Many rich people suffer immensely in their personal lives. Personally, I remember a time in my life when I had everything I thought I should have wanted: a good apartment in one of the most expensive cities in the world, a family, a permanent stable job that paid the bills, long holidays, and the ability to travel around the world. I remember running into an old friend who said, "I would have given so much to live a life like yours. You are living a dream." And I understood, intellectually, that she was right, but I also realized that I wasn't happy with my life at all. I would have given it all up in an instant if something better came up. What this better was, I wasn't sure at the time. But none of these achievements mattered. Abundance does not equate merely material success. At the same time, one does not become more spiritual by being poor or miserable. Nor is there anything sinful in being rich. Many advanced souls need to heal mind-level misconceptions and societal programming, and get clear about what abundance really means for them. 4. Soul age. In my experience, younger, less advanced souls tend to have a much easier time manifesting abundance, for 2 simple reasons: they have more interest in the material world, and they have less obstructions, vows, and past life karma, preventing them from living in abundance. As I already mentioned, Past life vows and soul-level trauma often manifest as self-sabotage for many starseeds. It may feel as constantly going upstream and witnessing the destruction of what was built up with so much effort, over and over again. A good example of this struggle is past life vows. If we had many lifetimes as monastics, we may have vows of poverty that we never renounced. While it may have been spiritually beneficial at the time, and while you certainly should be allowed to choose simplicity, if you are constantly struggling with finances due to no conscious choice of yours, a soul-level vow of poverty may need to be released. Once these vows are identified and cleared, life in the physical will also begin aligning. 5. Ancestral templates. Very advanced souls often choose to incarnate into difficult environments and family templates, with a lot of war, strife, loss, adversity, and lack of love. It is for this reason that it is generally very difficult for some advanced souls to meditate and keep stillness, because of the traumatic lives they have had. The goal of this connection with the pain of humanity is transmuting it, but many starseeds get stuck in the process. Family and ancestral wounds, such as abuse or loss of possessions, are often inherited across generations. These deep wounds usually have a clinging energy to them that makes it difficult to make room for more light and joy. Conventional therapy and oversimplification of the law of attraction often bring little relief for very advanced starseed souls, and tend to leave them with an even greater sense of failure. It worked for everyone else, but not for me. Something must be terribly wrong with me. However, once we go to the level of the soul, and transform the blockages there, the 3D life will gradually fall into place. Starseeds were never meant to lead conventional lives, but they certainly have the power to sustain both themselves and others. Visualizations and prayer often work better than meditation. Soul work tends to be more transformative and efficient than old-school therapy. The key is acknowledging the deep soul-level issues and beginning the work at the level of the soul,